On March 15th, our documentary group was introduced to the mystical world of Pencak Silat. The earliest evidence of Pencak Silat being taught in a structured manner comes from the 6th century in the province of Riau in Indonesia, from where it spread to the Minangkabau capital in West Sumatra. Pencak Silat is a martial art that emphasizes on both the physical and spiritual training. Furthermore, the art utilizes the full body, incorporating strikes, grappling, as well as weaponry.
One of these weapons is the Keris, the most controversial and mystical weapon in Southeast Asia. It is an asymmetrical dagger with a distinctive blade patterning achieved through alternating laminations of iron and Nicholas iron, or palmar. The weapon has many variants, the most famous being the wavy design, but other variants include the straight blade. The weapon is strongly associated with the culture of Indonesia, but also to Malaysia, Thailand, Brunei, Philippines, and Singapore.
When the word got out about our documentary, we received an anonymous tip revealing a controversial rumor. It claimed that there was a secret underground market where poor quality Keris was smuggled and sold at exorbitant prices all over the world.
We had to investigate this rumor, and so we booked a meeting with the famous Keris collector of Singapore.
Shortly after, our adventurous journey began to finally meet him.
Hi, I'm the Keris collector. I've been collecting for 20 years now, since 1997. This is my home. This is my part of my personal collection. The Keris functions more than just a weapon. Even today, it's not just seen as a weapon, but it's more as a symbol of culture, of especially not just the Malay culture, but the culture of the Nusantara, the archipelago, the Malay archipelago specifically.
And now, here's further information on how these weapons are actually made.
120 variants. Lastly, the Tanggu refers to the age and origin of a Keris. A bladesmith, or empu, forms the blade from layers of different iron ores and meteorite nickel. In high-quality Keris blades, the metal is folded dozens or hundreds of times and handled with the utmost precision. Empus are highly respected craftsmen.
The so-called the metal grains, the iron grains, yeah. Which actually indicates that back in the day, people know how to manipulate iron just by hammering it. Because Keris is actually, if you take a single piece of iron by itself, it's brittle. They need to find a way to strengthen it. So folding and then inserting another non-iron base, maybe something higher nickel content. Because the Keris is not forged by molten steel or molten iron. It's actually bi-layered. So that's where the strength comes about. If just pure iron by itself, one clash, this thing breaks in half. It's very brittle. Okay, now you try to compare. Yeah, careful, don't touch the thing. You might injure yourself. Okay.
This is like lighter considering.
You got it. Okay, now this is the science. Back then, you see these grooves on the blade. Okay, the grooves here. Back then, people will tell you, this is the blood groove. So when you stab into somebody, your blade will not get stuck in the body. The air will go inside your lungs, and you die faster, or the blood will come out. That is not true. That is a misconception. The purpose of having this groove, scientifically, it actually makes the blade lighter and stronger. Meaning to say, you can have reduced material to make this piece compared to one without the groove, which is you need more material. So you see, back in the day, they already know. You see? So, in terms of metal smithing, right, We don't even in European swords. Eventually, the broadswords, mostly it's one solid piece. Then eventually, when they have that in the center part, there this groove, right? Why? Because they realize, hey, you put the groove, it becomes stronger. At the same time, I need lesser material, so easier to work with, and I don't have to spend so much time on it. See?
So then, does it mean that this is like made later in the century?
Possibility that is like when it was discovered that when I put grooves it's lighter, people started it's a time of war. They don't have the time to actually really invest on making really so they just put the grooves in and that's it. It's strong, it's tensile, and it's sturdy. Of the Keris in silat, right? Okay, Keris actually it depends. There are actually 3 types of Keris. There might be 4 categories of Keris. One, which is actually, they call it the Keris panjang or the Keris hukum. Okay, Keris panjang usually is always a straight blade and it's long and elongated. Okay, it serves 2 purposes. Number 1, it's actually like a symbol of your authority. It's like the imperial seal. If let's say, the Sultan passed this to the emissary and say, hey, by order of the Sultan, everybody see the Keris, the Sultan, they will bow before it because it is like representing the office of the authority. Second is, of course, this can be used for execution. Because in the Malay context, we do not execute the condemned by hanging, by chopping off the head. No, it's more civilized way, whereby we make to kneel on the ground, and this long piece will actually be positioned. You see this part here? Your collarbone in between the hole. Okay, they will actually put it here. Of course, then they put some cotton there, and they will plunge the blade right here into your heart.
Oh, so scary.
And then when they take it out,
Oh my god.
the blood is not going to go splurting all over the place. No. And because somebody will actually hold you, so the body will not like topple. If they topple, the blood flow out. But yeah, it's supposedly referred to as a bloodless execution. Personally, if you ask me, that's a very humane way compared to chopping off the head and watch the body wobble around for a while. That's Second, you will have what we refer to as the Keris Tampu. Keris Tampu meaning you go to charge into battle. There's 2 types. Keris Tampu can also be this type, like a sword. Okay? But in a so-called more practical sense, easy to wield. Okay, so you might need to move in front of it. Okay? Okay? Keris Tampu usually is always about an arms here. But in Malay, we call it satu depa. You see? Yeah. So you see, people think that the Keris, is you have to hold it like just somehow I hold it. For example, they think that I have to hold it this way, just to stab. Some school of thought they insist this is the only way, but honestly, it is not the only way. Okay, there are many ways to go about doing it, but for anything long, the length of this arm, the blade that is long around here, from the elbow all the way to the tip of your forefinger here, the most logical way is like to wield it like a sword. See, you can block, you can slash, you can go. See, yeah. No doubt, yes, it's a stabbing weapon. But if you notice, you see, for Asian, the Malay sword is always one-handed weapon. As compared to the European broadsword is always meant to be like held by 2 hands. Here, mostly is one. Suggesting one. Back then, arm strength was like, they can wield it left, right, and they want to have one big shield. Yeah, you see? But to us, today is the strawberry generation when they say, so heavy! But if you are used to it, it's not that easy actually. Yeah. The other day, Raffles institution student asked me a very interesting question. So far, no one has ever asked me. I noticed the Malays having this Keris, they don't carry a shield with them. Did you notice that? I told them, do you realize that in the Keris, they are already carrying the shield?
Is this the
See, when they take this, they don't throw this away. This is also used to block, to hammer. Okay, maybe I just demonstrate on you. Can I Jack pull you in towards me? This thing, people don't underestimate this thing. It's not strong. This part, the link here is quite strong. Wow. I can even jab you in your throat. I break your jugular. And then when you're in this one, I just stab you. You see? Or if this, I go on the top of your head here, crack the skull, because this is the weakest part of human anatomy. You see? Here, and then if I were, or if somebody like, if like this front fold has fallen and then somewhere on the side, I just whack him the side. So you see, you're already carrying your weapon. You see, these not many.
We pressed the Keris collector for further information about the underground trade, but he claimed that it was too dangerous to state his opinions publicly. Fortunately, a credible source agreed to meet with us and answer our questions, so long as they remained anonymous.
Talking about underground trade, let me just clarify further. When you say underground, there's two variants. One is talking about those who are operating without proper commercial license and permits. In a way, you can accept that as a form of underground trade, but it's not really that severe of a nature. There's just between a seller and a buyer. The seller doesn't have a permit to deal with these arms and then decide to sell, and the buyer, knowing that the seller doesn't have a valid dealer license or permit to sell, but still carry on with the transaction. Yeah, that's one form of trade that is actually on the rise today. With the advent of like carousel, and Facebook, and even social media, even Instagram, people are selling their collections, to the private, to other collectors in the private market, in the local private market. Then there's the other aspect of whereby the object, Keris, is after all an object of art. It can be abused inside by people who want to launder money. You see, so they will just get a piece, slap some ridiculous amount, by the 50,000, 20,000, 100,000 even. Just one piece, which actually logically doesn't make sense. Yeah, so these are actually the other spectrum of the market which actually do happen. But it's not something that's really talked about, because unless you're really into the drug trade or the money laundering business, then you will actually have their own community of brokers whereby they actually hide all these ill-gotten funds.
If I die young, bury me in sadness.